How's it going, Calvary students? We are back with another 5-minute devotion. We're continuing our series on being shaped by the Word. And so this week we are in Psalms chapter 119. We're going to read verses 1 through 8. Now, in previous 5-minute devotional videos, we've gone through how do I study the Bible. And we're going to use some of those tools into practical ways when reading Scripture and studying Scripture. My question is, how can we be shaped by the Word? Well, the biggest way we can be shaped by the Word is actually being in the Word, actually abiding, like I've talked about before in John 15, remaining in Jesus. We can't learn about the Word unless we're in it. We can't be shaped by the Word unless we're reading it. So today is Psalms 119, verse 1 through 8. We're going to use a little bit of the Lectio Divina, like I've talked about before, and some hermeneutics, or just biblical interpretation as we go through this. All right, verse 1. Blessed are those whose way is blameless, who walk in the way of the Lord. All right. Stopping right there. We are blameless when we walk in the way of the Lord, when we are shaped by the Lord. In verse 2, blessed are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with their whole heart, who also do no wrong but walk in his ways. You have commanded your precepts to be kept diligently. Precepts just simply means teaching, be kept diligently, be kept consistently. Basically, we should be abiding in the teachings of Jesus, the teachings of Scripture. All right. Verse 5. Oh, that my ways may be steadfast in keeping your statutes. Statutes simply just means laws. The goal of this psalm is that each member of the congregation would share in eager yearning and also learning for Scripture. Verse 6, then I shall not be put to shame, having my eyes fixed on all your commandments. There's no shame that comes with following the commandments of God. Verse 7, I will praise you with an upright heart when I learn your righteous rules. God's rules are righteous. They are pure and they are perfect. I said pure just a second ago. I slurred my speech pretty bad. They are pure and they are perfect. So we should be shaping our lives around these perfect statutes, these perfect rules, these perfect commandments that God has given us. Verse 8, I will keep your statutes. Do not utterly forsake me. All right, there's a lot more we could break down just in those 8 verses. When we go through, one thing that I would encourage you guys, what I had to do in preparation for this devotional is double check that I knew what everything meant. I had to double check just the definition of like precepts, just knowing that it's teachings. And so I've gone over this before. I'm not going to talk about it too much more, but I will emphasize when you do your own studies to understand the background of the text, understand the words and what everything is saying. So the psalmist is telling us essentially to condense this down, these 8 verses, is we should walk in the way of the Lord. That verse 1 really sets the tone and the stage for the rest of these verses. That we need to walk in the way of the Lord, be shaped by the Lord. Our lives need to be shaped by Him, because when we're shaped by Him, then and only then do we live blameless lives and righteous lives. We need to seek His statutes, His laws, His commands with our whole heart. And in doing that, when we're really chasing after Jesus and obeying Him, we do no wrong but walk in His ways. Now, when we walk in His ways, is it always a perfect walk? No, by no means. But when we are actively pursuing Jesus and abiding in Him and following Him wholeheartedly with our heart, and then do what we're commanded by His teachings a little bit more, we live a righteous life. We are not completely righteous. We're all sinners. Nobody is without sin. But we need to be shaped by the Word, be reading the Word, and not let the world shape us, but instead shape by the Word. So I hope that this can encourage you guys to be shaped more by God and the teachings of the Bible than the world and whatever may be around you. So that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you have a great rest of